Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, Americans. Let's face it, the future of America is looking worse every day. Those who are observant can see that something bad is going to happen soon. If it does, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and supplies to get you through hard times? If not, check out My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency kit, which will keep you well fed with 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you might need it sooner than that. So don't wait. Go to preparewithjericho.com and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save 25% off if you act now. That's preparewithjericho.com. Don't wait. Do it today. Now, people. Well, first of all, before I get into that, 1 week to the day for the California recall. If you are in California, you want to vote yes on the recall and then fill in the name of your preferred candidate. I think there's like over 40 Republican candidates. Me, I'm putting my vote behind Larry Elder. But 1 week for the California recall of Gavin, bang your wife Newsom. Gavin, watch me fuck your state up, Newsom. Now, I actually have 2 people down the street from me with vote no signs on their yard, in their front yard. I really don't understand how, no matter how you feel about what side of the aisle and all that bullshit, throw all the titles, throw all the my party, your party shit out the window. Yourself, your state, your family. How can you vote to keep someone like Gavin Newsom in office? The high prices for everything, real estate, fuel, food, insert item here, the wildfires, the blackouts, the destruction of our children's minds, whether it be online learning that they did all last fucking year, or the CRT bullshit. And if nothing else, he is the nephew of Nancy Pelosi. Mic drop. Now, let me get to what I really want to talk about in this video. China has it right in some ways. One way in particular is they are cracking down on effeminate men on TV. It still trips me out how communist governments work, because ours, they're trying to work like that, but as of right now, they don't, and they haven't in the past. So it trips me out how the government can say, that's it. You can't do this. You can't do that. They're also, one thing they're doing that I do like is they're limiting children's computer/video game time to 3 hours a week. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not sure if China is just kind of doing a preemptive strike, so to speak, or is it so bad with kids watching video games that the government has to step in and say, hey, that's too much? Because when I was growing up, we had video game, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, what was it? Which one did, Nintendo 64? That's when GoldenEye came out. Man, when GoldenEye, that James Bond movie, that changed everything. That was the grandfather of all this, what is it now? Call of Duty. This was the originator of those kind of games. So video games have been around for a long time. But in my house, I had these, I can't remember the name of them, but there was 2 of them. They were always around. They were always up my ass about shit. Eat your vegetables, go to bed, clean your room, be a good person. I can't remember their name. I think mom or mother, father, mom, I can't remember. But these 2 people in my life, they had all these rules. And one of the rules applied to video games. And with video games, we got to play like 2 hours on Saturday, maybe an hour or so on Sunday. But during the school week, Man, don't even say video games. Don't even waste your time standing outside of their bedroom, gathering up the courage to knock on the door and ask if I could play some video games. Don't waste your time. It's not happening during the week. So I don't know if Chinese parents have a problem with this shit. They don't know how to tell their kids no. Or like I said, maybe the government's just saying, let's get in front of this. But with these things called parents, they can set the rules and tell their kids, no, you're not playing that shit today. I don't know, give it a try. Worked for me. I remember this lady, I was helping at my work, and she gets to talking, and she's telling me, she says, I just can't get my sons to stop playing video games. And this was before I had kids, so even I knew this. I said, oh, really? She's like, yeah, they'll be up until 2 or 3 in the morning, and they just won't turn it off. And I didn't even think about it. I just asked, well, who pays for it? I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't even, that shit just came out. Who pays for it? She said, well, I do. I said, well, let me tell you something my mom did to me one time. This was after my dad passed away. So it was just me and her. And I was in high school. She would leave before me. I got the house to myself. What am I going to do? Get ready for school on time? Hell no. I'm going to watch TV and damn near be late every day. So one day, when she would leave, I would go get this TV out of her closet in her room. I'd go up in my room, plug it in, sit back, and fuck around. So one day, I go downstairs to get the TV, and I was so, my muscle memory, I'd pick the TV up and automatically reach for the cord to hold it, so I don't step on it. I reach for the cord, nothing was there. I turned the TV and looked, my mom had clipped the cord from the back of the television. That's how dedicated she was to this parenting shit. So I recommend you be that dedicated with your kids, and you won't need the government to step in and limit their video game time. But that's what China's doing. And they're going after entertainment companies. They're going after entertainers because they don't want these effeminate men weakening the next generation. Now, I'm not saying our government should get involved in that because our government sucks. But that is a real problem. And why are they not okay with it there? I did a video maybe a couple years ago talking about how all these new movies are now produced by a Chinese company. What's that? The HH Brothers? There's a few of them. And I'm talking mainstream A-list actor, summer blockbuster, big budget movies. These are made by Chinese companies. So they have no problem filling our screens with all these effeminate beta males, these deep V-neck, soft hand, Charmin handshake ass fools. Now, I'm not saying people like that don't have a place in our society, but I don't want that being the model for our men, for our boys, for our children. So China said, not here, not today. And they outlawed that shit. They're even going after actors for their taxes. They're doing whatever they can to make people abide by their laws. There's some girl, I don't remember her name, but they removed her from social media platforms. She just disappeared. There was no announcement, this is going to be my last day. In 2 weeks, I'm out of here. No, she's just gone. That's what we used to do at the radio station. If we knew internally that somebody was leaving, one of the DJs was leaving, we didn't make a big deal about it. You just turned on your radio the next day and that person's voice isn't there anymore. That's just easier that way. Easier way to rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak. So China ain't fucking around. But they want it for us. Not only do they allow it for us as far as entertainment in Hollywood, that's what they push. So it's not good if they want it for us, their enemy, and not their own people. Again, I'm not saying the government needs to get involved because they are terrible, but something has to be done. Hollyweird is having too much of an effect on our society. It's always had an effect, but this is a different kind. This is a push for communist propaganda. And it's communist propaganda. You sound so tinfoil hat. Nope. Real shit. Green New Deal. Mandate this. Mandate that. Government's paying you to stay home. That shit's happening. They're not going to do it all at once. We're too smart for that. We're not going to fall for the banana in our tailpipe. But if it's death by 1,000 cuts, little here, little there, let a little time pass so you forget, here's the next layer of bullshit, it's happening. But it's just China's a communist government, so they have the ability to stop it like that. In America, it's up to us. We have to stop that. We have to limit our children's time in front of video games and in front of the screen. And these are new problems. We've had video games for a long time, but we haven't had social media. We all haven't had these high-powered processors in our pocket with an HD camera on it, with all the information ever known to mankind in the palm of your hand, literally. This is a new problem, and we have to face it. Because we damn sure can't rely on the government. Are you kidding me? I'd rather give my son a butcher knife and leave him home alone before I hand another problem to the government to solve. They can't. They don't got it. They certainly don't. But China? No, they're our enemy. I don't like China. They do a lot of shitty shit, and they're ran by shitty people. But them combating the feminization of their future men, that's a great idea. Their military commercials, that's a great idea. Limiting kids' video game time, that's a great idea. No matter who it comes from, I can separate the two. But instead of the government doing it, we need to do it. We need to take control of our kids. We need to not be their homies. They already have some. We already have homies. We don't need to be their friend. They'll understand later. They'll come to you one day and be like, Mom, Dad, you were right. Don't worry. Now, I understand you do want your kids to be proud of you. You do want them to look to you as an example in as many ways as possible. But I cannot and I will not be their friend. We can be friends later. You turn 21, we can crack a cold one together. But right now, you need to get behind me and do what I tell you. I need to raise you. I need to shape you. I need to prepare you. I don't need to prepare you to be friends. I need to prepare you for the world, because the world don't give a shit. I remember the moment I realized the world didn't give a shit. I was in New Jersey in the Navy. We were about 45 minutes from New York City, and I got to Times Square. I don't remember which train station pops out on Times Square. Penn Station. I can't remember. New York people, let me know. But I remember coming out of that train station and stepping out, being in Times Square, and I was standing on the corner waiting for the light to turn so people could walk across. Coming from small town America, I had never been waiting on the corner with 500 people to cross the street. But when that light turned and those people walked, you either walk with them or you get stepped on. I remember that feeling. I remember looking around at all these faces and I didn't recognize any of them. I recognized my buddy's face, but I wasn't familiar. This wasn't familiar surroundings. These weren't people I know. This wasn't my community. This was the world. So get your ass moving or the world will step on you and make you part of the soil. Period. So I got to prepare you for that. I don't got time to be cool. And what if they don't like me? I don't give a shit if you don't like me. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be respected and feared a little bit. China, you're a shitty country, but you nailed these two. Now, let me go here with my beautiful wife because my kids are in school. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link, Teespring link, jerichogreen.net, and Rumble. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.